Have you ever had that moment where it's in the middle of the night, you have a parent or a loved one who's not feeling well, and you don't know what to do? You're thinking whether to call 911, bring them to the emergency room, or just wait in the morning. That's exactly when or where a virtual private nurse comes in. And today I'm going to explain to you guys what I actually do as a virtual private nurse, because it's not what most people think. Hello everyone, my name is Leanne Faye and I'm a nurse. I'm an RN supervisor and I specialize in taking care of elderly clients and people with dementia. After years in working in long-term care and memory care, one thing I noticed is that families don't struggle because they don't care. It's because our healthcare system sucks. Sorry to say that. Discharge instructions feel rushed, medications become overwhelming, doctor's visits feel like 10-minute sprints, and then families go home and say, what do I do now? Like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, people panic. The gap and the confusion, that is where I come in as a virtual private nurse. Okay, let me sit down. Okay, first let's clear up some misconceptions. So this is not a telehealth urgent care. Also, I do not replace your doctors. I'm also not a call center nurse who reads something from a script. As a virtual private nurse, I provide ongoing and personalized nursing support. I provide guidance, care coordination, real-time support, so families don't feel alone. So let's break it down, one by one, what I actually do as a virtual private nurse. Let's start with medication reviews. One of the biggest issues I see families have trouble with is they do not know what their family members are taking. I review the medication lists, I look for duplicates, I check for dangerous over-the-counter medications, interactions. I help families and patients understand what each medication is for. And what side effects to watch for, because medication confusion leads to ER visits a lot of times. Okay, the next thing I offer my clients is provider and pharmacy coordination. I call doctors' offices to clarify instructions. I call pharmacies and coordinate refills. I make sure nothing falls through the cracks, because families are exhausted enough, and sometimes just calling the pharmacy and being on hold or calling the doctor's office puts them in a panic. I also do appointment preparation and follow-ups. I do symptom monitoring, decision support, if people don't know what to ask their doctors when they have a doctor's appointment coming up. A lot of my clients have a specialist in cardiology, have an oncologist, have a nephrologist, have a neurologist. And a lot of times they don't know what questions to ask and what questions, I also do dementia behavior coaching. Dementia care is emotionally exhausting for a lot of people. It's hardest for family members because some of them are not medical or they're not in healthcare and they don't know how to deal with dementia. Some family members often think that the dementia behavior is intentional, especially for those who are not aware of what a dementia is, people who are not in healthcare. It makes a lot of family members frustrated. And that's where I come in. I've worked with dementia for 10 years now, and I coach family members on communication strategies to help them realize that this is what's normal, this is what's typical, and this is what a red flag is. The next thing I do is symptom monitoring and decision support. This is where my clients call me and say, is this normal? Do we need to go to the emergency room? Do I wait until the morning? Do I go to an urgent care instead? Do I call my doctor's office? Those are stuff that I help my clients with. It's not just an urgent care. Like you come into me and ask me, so these are my symptoms now, and I don't know your history. And I won't be able to help you. Healthcare is very overwhelming. And you don't have to do it alone. Imagine you are in your 50s, you have, your own children, and then you have to take care of your 80-year-old, 90-year-old parents, and you're overwhelmed with work, you're overwhelmed with your children, and then you have to deal with your parents. You don't have to do that alone. And that's where I come in. So if this video resonated with you, maybe it's the backup you didn't know you needed. So if you think, or if this sounds like a service that may benefit your family, please check my website. I'm going to link it below. And if you're not ready, I hope this video helped you understand that support exists. Families don't have to do everything alone. Anyway, I'm Nurse Leanne Fay, and I'll hear from you guys soon.